All right, I'm live. I should write this down. Today is 26th of July, and I will write zero sleep on the 25th, zero sleep. Actually, zero sleep on the 24th. So that's 48 hours with no sleep. And I did over like 20,000 steps. And I was crying last night too, which I don't usually cry. I Art Bell was on, and I listened to that. I just, I guess my decision has been to float it, float it out, ride it out, whatever. Um, the medicine doesn't help. I don't want any more medicines. They had me taking like 20 pills a day. I'm not going to take that. I don't give a fuck. You know, there was this thing on my computer with that I got into, and they were asking about, your last wishes or whatever. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I was paying this insurance for a burial. It would have been $4,000 that I give to my ex. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I have no children. I have no boyfriend. I have nobody. I don't care what happens. I did want, like, a mausoleum and a glass coffin and the comfortable seating, and of course locked so that my ex could come in and spend time with me, but I don't give a fuck. Things are actually okay. My main thing is money, and like not having it, being afraid that I won't have it, being afraid that I won't be able to like live indoors, and being homeless. That's like my main fear. So, and I told myself too that I would just kill myself instead of being homeless. I thought that I could always depend on my ex to stay with him, but no, it's not working out like that. And I have to remember too that, okay, I exercised a lot. I did a lot of work, and I'm going to be sore because of that, and not like attributing that soreness to like my medical condition, which it could be part of. I've got bilateral sacroiliitis. I just stay positive. That's what the guy was saying next door. I'm positive I'm going to die, and I'm probably going to die soon, maybe. I'm not going to be old, old, old. I don't know. I had a good day yesterday. Yesterday was really great. People were complimenting me so much, and all these men were talking to me, and I don't know, like, I don't know, like, what the difference is from yesterday and today. But whatever it is, it does not feel good. And I do not believe in those medicines. And I think, like, part of it is like the sleep deprivation. It's tough. And then, the not having whatever. It's actually a pretty day, and the one person was going to talk to me. Maybe I can talk them into taking me to this festival, and maybe I just need to like take the knockout pills and sleep. Oh, like I had all these appointments made, and oh God. There's no rush, so I don't even give a fuck. I don't even know. I don't even care. Well, the one guy that saw me yesterday, he gave me the sweet smile and he gave me like a couple hugs, and that was, I mean, like in a way it was sweet, but then in another way it was just like we hadn't been having sex, and I don't plan to go back to it. That's just not what I'm looking for. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Oh, my little baby dog. Maybe I should take a walk with him and just get out of this place. I think maybe that's it too. Like just being in this place, being here. Oh, God. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus Christ.
Here I am, 52, and I am wearing a bathing suit. I haven't done that since I was.
I don't give a fuck if you're wearing a bathing suit, you stupid bitch. I hope you drowned.
That American citizen Francisco Garcia. He is an 18-year-old American wrongfully detained by immigration officials who say that he says that he was told he had, quote, no rights.
He's a U.S. citizen. Galicia says the conditions at a Customs and Border Protection facility were so terrible he almost agreed to be deported just to get out of those conditions. CNN's Nick Valencia, he has the story.
Jim and Poppy, Francisco Galicia and his attorney believe that he was racially profiled. He sat down with CNN for an interview, and he was surprisingly in good spirits. But he does say that this experience has changed him. Francisco Galicia is home at last, but the reminders of his detention are never far away. Sitting in his South Texas home, the 18-year-old American says what he went through should never have happened, even if immigration officials allege he's partly to blame. Immigration officials say that there was confusion about your status because there was conflicting documents. Do you think that this was about the documents, or do you think that this was about something else?
They thought they were superior. They looked at us with such distaste. I think it was like a certain type of racism.
For 3 weeks, he slept on the concrete with nearly 70 others who were doing the same.
They didn't even treat you like human beings.
No. He survived off bologna sandwiches and says every 3 to 4 days he was given a wet wipe to clean himself.
You didn't shower at all?
No, for 23 days.
You didn't shower for 23 days.
For 23 días.
For 23 days with a bad diet. I lost nearly 30 pounds.
In his 27 days in custody, Galicia said no one ever believed he was American. At one point, tired of trying to explain himself, he considered self-deporting to Mexico.
They just mess with your mind.
Sí.
How? Explain.
Pues la verdad, amenazándome.
The truth threatening me that they were going to press charges. Charges for falsifying documents. The whole time insulting me that how could I not know where I was from? This all started on June 27, when Galicia, along with his brother and 2 friends, left their home in Edinburgh and headed north. They were stopped at a checkpoint in Falfurrias, about 100 miles north of the border, while on their way to Ranger College in Central Texas for a soccer camp. Galicia, who was born in the U.S. but grew up in Mexico, was carrying documents proving he was an American, but he also carried a tourist visa that mistakenly listed his birth country as Mexico. This individual provided conflicting reports regarding status of citizenship after being apprehended. Situations including conflicting reports from the individual and multiple birth certificates can and should take more time to verify, CBP and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement said in a joint statement Wednesday. Galicia thinks border agents would have believed he was American, if not for his broken English. There are going to be people that watch this interview and say that you live in the United States, you're an American, you should be speaking English. What do you smile? What do you say to those people? I don't speak English, but I'm going to learn it, and I'll speak it later. Is this more of a reason to learn English now? I have to learn it to talk to everyone and everyone so that the next time this happens, they'll believe me. Somehow, he's able to laugh about his time in custody, which he said ended after media picked up his story. But just a few days removed from detention, he spends a lot of time thinking about those who aren't as lucky. Our president talks about how there's a lot of bad actors, a lot of people that are here to do harm among those that are coming to this country. But you're telling me you felt more scared being in the presence of the ICE officials and the officials, immigration officials, than you did with the migrants. When you were there, how many of the migrants would you say were here to do harm to the United States? None wanted to come to do harm. All came in search for a better future. After being locked up with them, he now considers some of them friends. He keeps a handful of phone numbers on tiny pieces of paper he received from those friends while in the facility. He's calling families in Central America to tell them their loved ones are still alive. To see the suffering of other people, it made me understand many things. One can live his life here in a certain way while others suffer. You speak for them now? Yes. I mean, I try to because they can't talk. I'm like their eyes and ears from their inside. Walking outside, Galicia says the air to him smells fresher than before. Things look and feel different too, and so does he. Even though he lives on the border, prior to his detention, he never paid attention to the migrant crisis. Now, he's lived it. While CBP and ICE didn't directly respond to the allegations, they did send CNN a statement, which read in part, "We are committed to fair treatment of migrants in our custody and continue to take appropriate steps to verify all facts of this situation." Meanwhile, Galicia says if the U.S. government was to apologize for what happened, that an "I'm sorry" is not good enough, that someone needs to be held accountable. His lawyer tells me they plan on filing a federal lawsuit for his wrongful detention.
I've really gotten well over 260 pounds, and that's what I did. I put faith in it, and then in the program itself. And weight started, coming off.
My goal was to lose 10% of my body weight, and I lost 18 pounds, and then he lost 30 pounds.
I went from a 44-inch waist to a 36, 260-something to 205.
I had lost 14 and a half pounds, and that was in 22 days. So that was enough to say, or why don't you just keep going?
I was a size 10. After the initial 25 days, I was down 2 sizes. And since then, I've gone down another size and a half.
In 22 days, I lost 20 pounds. And that's on fat. I lost 20 pounds of fat. Now, fat, no muscle. No, all my muscle stayed.
Like, I have a flat belly for the first time since having 2 children.
But it's easier to commit to 3 weeks than it is to say, I'm going to change my life and do this forever. So try it. 3 weeks. It's worth it. It really is.
By the 6th or 7th day, I'm in the bathroom and I'm looking at my back. I'm like, yo, my back, I never seen the inner sinews on my lower back before. It was happening that fast.
It's not BS. It's real science. There's a lot of science behind it, and it's a holistic program.
And they kept saying, "Oh my gosh, you look so good. Oh my gosh, you look so good." You know, because they could see that it was happening so quickly.
People really started complimenting. Your face is looking nice. Have you lost weight by day 7?
That's only 22 days, man. Yo, you got something going on, bro. You do. Yeah, you do, man.
This is the first time in my life where I've eaten as much as I want at meals. I don't measure anything, and that's just fun.
With this 22-day thing, all it is just to get your body to fat burning mode. But after that, you do whatever you really have a lot of freedoms. You just follow certain principles.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Johnny Bowden. I want to ask you a question. Is it possible to lose 11 pounds in 22 days? Now, I used to get asked questions like that all the time at the beginning of my career when I was a trainer at Equinox. And people would come in and say, you know, can I lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks for my sister's wedding or my high school graduation? And my standard answer used to be, well, you can, but you can't really do it in a healthy way because your human body can only lose like 2 pounds of body fat a week and, you know, all of that stuff that we had been taught. But in fact, I modified my opinion about this a great deal over the 27 years I've been doing that because I have seen people lose 11 pounds in 22 days and I've seen them do it in a healthy way. But, and there's a but, it depends on what kind of metabolism. See, if your metabolism is that of a sugar burner, you're basically running on the energy from whatever snack you just gobbled up a couple hours ago. And it's coming from that old-fashioned advice we used to give clients back in the day and tell them they had to eat every 2 hours. Well, you do have to eat every 2 hours if you're a sugar burner because you're relying on what's coming in right now. But if you've got a fat-burning metabolism, if you've got a flexible metabolism that can easily switch from sugar to fat, well, that's a whole different story. Because now you can very easily access that fat store, and with the right foods and the right combination of foods at the right times and the right lifestyle choices, you can absolutely lose 11 pounds or more even in 22 days, and you can do it in a healthy way. But the first step is finding out what kind of metabolism you have. I have developed a test. It's free. It's easy. All you got to do is push that little thing that's at the bottom of the screen to get it, and it will identify for you whether you're a level 1 fat burner, a level 2 fat burner, a level 3, or a level 4 fat burner. Obviously, you'll want to be a level 4 fat burner because those guys can actually access their fat stores and they have a really humming metabolism that really operates efficiently. And that's what you want. And when you have that, yes, all systems are go. So my first step to you is please take the quiz. It's free. Hit the little button on the bottom. Take the quiz, find out what kind of fat burner you are, and then let's get started burning some fat.
What does this strange-looking tomato have to do with arthritis? Everything, according to a new scientific discovery. Recent studies conducted by the NIH show that tomatoes, although nutritious, can ramp up inflammation in the body and make your joint pain, arthritis, even worse. It was one of the many everyday foods they studied and ranked very high on the foods to avoid list for people with arthritis. Some of the foods that were included on this list will probably surprise you. In fact, if you are like most people, you are eating at least a few of these every day. Click the link in this video to see the 5 worst foods for arthritis. In addition to walking you through the 5 worst foods, we're also going to cover other facts you need to know, like the real culprit behind your arthritis pain. Less than 1 in 10,000 people know this. The discovery of a little-known New York doctor that will give you a huge advantage in your fight against arthritis. The reason that traditional painkillers make things worse. What special type of superfood can actually counteract the damage of arthritis itself? Click the Learn More button in this video to watch this special presentation now.
Just days before Christmas, a silent night erupts into hellfire.
The house was just on fire at the time. Nobody knew what was inside.
It's a blaze of the cruelest kind.
I was shocked, absolutely shocked.
in disbelief.
A horrible tragedy or intentional evil.
I have a feeling it was more a crime of passion.
Then, out of the ashes, a faint sound of hope.
I kept hearing a ringing in the living room. It wasn't a smoke detector.
Will there be a Christmas miracle?
This is